There are thousands of books about marketing and business strategy. You need to read the right ones. Over the years, I've read and listened to hundreds of business books. Some were useful, some were entertaining, but a smaller group fundamentally changed the way I think about customers, competition, positioning, strategy, and business performance. Here are 10 of the best. Let's start with a classic. Marketing isn't just a battle between products. It's a battle for a place in the customer's mind. Customers can't remember long lists of features and claims. Successful companies become associated with a clear idea or advantage. If customers can't quickly understand what makes you different, your marketing has a problem. Almost everything in business gets called strategy. But a goal isn't a strategy, and a list of initiatives isn't necessarily a strategy either. Playing to win provides a much clearer framework. Strategy means deciding where you will play and how you will win. Great strategy requires choices. Because trying to be everything to everyone usually means being nothing special to anyone. Michael Porter is one of the most important thinkers in modern business strategy, and Joan Magretta makes his ideas much more accessible. The book explains competitive advantage, industry structure, the 5 forces, and the importance of making trade-offs. One of Porter's most important lessons is that strategy isn't simply about being better than competitors. It's about being different in ways that create unique value. If you work in technology, this book is essential. Crossing the Chasm explains why the customers who embrace a new technology first are often very different from the mainstream customers required to build a large business. Early adopters want innovation. Mainstream buyers want proof, reliability, references, and complete solutions. That gap, the famous chasm, can determine whether an innovative product becomes a major business or disappears. This book argues that successful companies often organize themselves around a dominant form of customer value. They may excel through outstanding products, exceptional operational efficiency, or deep customer intimacy. The broader lesson is important. Strategy requires deciding what you're going to be exceptional at and building the organization around that choice. Marketing isn't only about markets and competition, it's also about psychology. Robert Cialdini explains principles including reciprocity, scarcity, authority, social proof, liking, and commitment. These ideas help explain why testimonials work, why experts influence us, why scarcity changes perceived value, and why customers often look to others before making decisions. To understand marketing, you have to understand people. Traditional economics often assumes that people make rational decisions. Behavioral economics shows us something far more interesting. We're irrational, but frequently irrational in predictable ways. Anchors matter. Context matters. Framing matters. And seemingly minor changes can dramatically affect perceived value. For marketers, the implication is powerful. Don't just study what customers say. Study what customers actually do. Even brilliant ideas fail if nobody remembers them. Made to Stick explores why certain ideas survive while others disappear. Memorable ideas tend to be simple, concrete, credible, emotional, unexpected, and supported by stories. That's useful whether you're creating an advertisement, pitching a new product, explaining strategy to employees, or presenting to a board. Great strategy also requires great communication. The halo effect challenges the way we explain corporate success. When a company performs well, observers often assume everything about it must be exceptional. Its leadership, culture, strategy, customer focus, and execution. When performance falls, suddenly those same characteristics are described as weaknesses. Rosenzweig reminds us that business performance is complicated, uncertain, and often affected by competition and circumstances beyond management's control. The lesson? Be skeptical of simple formulas that claim to explain why companies succeed. And finally, Outposition brings many of these ideas together. Most companies think about strategy, differentiation, and positioning as separate exercises, but they shouldn't be. A strong strategy determines where you compete and how you intend to win. Differentiation creates reasons for customers to choose you. And positioning turns those advantages into a clear idea customers can understand and remember. The central idea behind outposition is that competitive advantage comes from creating a reinforcing system of choices that makes your company meaningfully different. Because in crowded markets, simply being good isn't enough. You need to give customers a compelling reason to choose you instead of everyone else. These 10 books represent only part of the marketing and strategy library I recommend. The Adaptive Marketer is where I share practical ideas about marketing, positioning, competitive strategy, and leadership based on decades of working with startups and some of the world's largest technology companies.